back, everybody, to the Gurren Otaku Council podcast. I'm your host, Ace.
And I'm McMillian.
And we're back for episode 8, part 2. If you have not seen part 1 yet, it is already live now on all of our channels, so go check that out as well. But as always, if you want to be a part of the council and join us every week as we discuss all things anime and sometimes manga, then make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date on all things about the council. And with that being said, let the meeting begin. Council is now in session. So part 2, everybody. So how we're going to do this is we're going to talk about Demon Slayer, and we know it's been a hot minute since we've talked about this. We have 4 episodes
to get through,
but we're not going to go through each episode in detail. I'm just going to basically just talk about the general stuff that happened in episodes 2 through 5 of Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc, as well as after we talk about that. And for the end, we'll talk about some of the announcements that was made at Jump Festa 2022. But anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and start it off with Demon Slayer. And I guess, one of the first things we could talk about is just overall, so far, it's been going. I'm enjoying it so far. I just don't think I'm not enjoying it as much as I think I should be.
They just building up the story. They just got to fighting. You had to just wait a little bit longer.
I feel you. I don't know. Like, they got my boy Ting in here just chilling. Even though now we finally getting to the part where he's about to start doing stuff, though. But it's just, I feel like we could at least seen him kill like a small demon or something by now. Like, while he was just out on reconnaissance or something. I don't think that would have been too much to ask for.
Do you, I was like, do you feel like the patience with this one is a little bit less because you had to sit through a whole rendition of the movie? Because I feel like, like for instance, my friend that watches Demon Slayer, he didn't rewatch the whole like train arc, and so when he watched this, he felt like the pacing was fine.
Okay,
and I was already prepared for the build up to them fighting, so I kind of already knew how long I had to wait. So.
That's a good question because we was talking about this off camera. Like they really could have just put the Mugen Train arc without doing this movie if they were just going to do the arc anyways. We talked about that before, but I really don't understand the decision behind them saying, "Oh, we're not going to adapt the Mugen Train arc into episodes because it's too short. Going to do a movie about it," and then they come back and adapt it into episodes anyways.
And everyone else who read is like that because we were like, "Oh, it's not getting the season; it's getting the movie." Okay, I mean it makes sense. It's a pretty short arc, and then they were like, "Tricks on you! We are making the arc," and I'm just like, "All right."
Yeah, I was just like,
"Cool."
Why? Why would you like? We could have just done this to begin with. I don't know if like they needed extra time, or maybe they just wanted to get a movie. I don't know. But anyways,
I don't know. Well. Maybe it was the extra time. I don't know because to me, besides one thing, we talked about it a little bit. To me, the way the entertainment district looks and everything looks great, and it still looks dynamic. And I like the way now that we have actually gotten to the Upper Moon fight, at least the beginning of it. I like the way her moves and skills are being animated so far. Okay. Like there's a lot more we have layers to go through, but I think so far the animations look sharp and crisp, and they look really nice.
Yeah, no, I'm agreed. The Entertainment District art does look good. They did a good job at that. No complaints about that at all. But anyways, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I was about to say it's just the pacing for you, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like because I don't know season 1. Demon Slayer, like just the original season, I felt like they had very good pacing. And then, not saying that the pacing is bad in this, it's just that I just felt like more would be going on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we just had to rewatch the movie.
Yeah,
and I feel like maybe that is deterring some of that for you because I was like, if this was it, I feel like if the movie didn't just happen and then we had to watch it again in a season, that the build up of these 4 episodes to the fight in episode 5 wouldn't have felt as dragged out because the thing is you had to wait so long already to get
because like I said if they would have I think that's also that might be the reason, because they actually would have just did the Mugen Train arc and say, like they did the Mugen Train arc and Entertainment District arc in just one season and then made that season 2. I think I would be fine with the pacing because, after the not the Entertainment District, but right after the fight with Akaza and stuff like that, okay, I know there's supposed to be some downtime, we just fought the goddamn upper 3. Mm-hmm. We need to chill out for a second. So, I would have been fine with that. But I guess, like you said, I had to sit there and watch it again, and then now we're here. I don't know. I don't know. I just, we got the next Hashira, and I just felt like I should at least seen something from him by now. Just like I said, even if it's just him killing like a small demon or something like that, like they could at least gave me that.
So far, you've seen him sexually harass somebody and sell off children for sex slaves. So yeah, but I guess to get into like the talk about the episode so far, it is it's not the fastest paced thing, but I think the comedy really shined in like the first couple episodes.
Yeah, no,
when like for instance, Tengen explaining that I got 3 wives and Nitsu getting all upset.
So that was like, yeah, you playing right? Like,
how the hell did you? And then next season, and then like a couple minutes later, they show Tengen with his hair down and he missed the bitches all of a sudden. Speaking of which, stop being thirsty on Twitter, all y'all. Granted, though, there was enough reason to be thirsty in the last episode, so I'll give you a pass for that one.
Well, you see, with certain animes, like the real popular ones, like Demon Slayer stuff like this, and My Hero and other stuff like that, I try my best not to go look up stuff on Twitter because you will also find like the manga stuff mixed in there.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like you just can't do it if you're not a manga reader and you just anime only. Just look at whatever the stuff pop up on your timeline about the anime. Yeah, don't go looking for stuff because if you go looking for stuff, you're gonna find spoilers.
I'll say this: I've been pretty glad as a manga reader of Demon Slayer. I haven't seen many people talk about. Well, I haven't seen many like posts of like, oh, here's a shot from chapter such as like I haven't seen. I'm glad I haven't seen that, or like at least the ones I have seen have been like tagged as like manga spoiler, so like they don't show up under unless you like go searching for it.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good thing. But the first couple of episodes, while they weren't as fast probably for you, they probably gave you a decent amount of laughs though.
Yeah, like I said, I don't enjoy. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I am enjoying it. Like I said, I just feel like I should be enjoying it a little bit more. But I have been enjoying it. Definitely, like you said, with the banter between Zenitsu and Tengen himself. That like they a fool. Zenitsu was a fool himself. He already can't stand Tengen as well. And then Inosuke, I don't know what you would call his feeling for Tengen just yet.
I know it's weird because they're like they travel on the same wavelength. Because you remember in the first episode, he was like, "I'm the god of the mountain," and you roll with me, and Zenitsu's just like, "Oh God, they're multiplying. Get me away from it." It was so funny, but besides that, I thought I liked how they animated the whole like them in makeup thing, the whole like Tengen trying to sell them off. I was like, in the manga it looked ridiculous, and I was glad to see that they made it look just as ridiculous with the anime. Because the funniest thing was when I was watching these episodes, I was at my friend's house. And when Tengen put makeup on Inosuke, he was like, "You don't even need to do that. He already looked like a girl."
I'm saying he don't even need to do that for Inosuke. Like he can literally pass. And he was like, Tengen told him not to speak, and I was like, "Damn."
Told not to speak because I mean, he sounds like a man. Yeah, there's no way that
you're right about that one. But he can pass on the face, but not in the voice. I'll give you that.
Nah, there was no way he could have done it. And I loved how like immediately that woman came and just like grabbed Inosuke and just like wiped him off. It was like, see. That dude didn't know what he was doing.
She was like, I got this girl for a steal.
But they was like, man, he kind of. But they were feeling on him. They were like, man, he kind of sturdy for a girl.
It was like, all right, well, it don't matter. Look at this face, though. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Well, I was like, she got a point, Like he'll still sell, like she got a point.
But yeah, the whole first half of the Entertainment District for like what comes, like for the fact that it's like investigating the possibility of Tengen's wives being murdered. It's so interesting to see like the contrast of it with like how they balance the comedy in Demon Slayer, like the seriousness of the comedy is always like a really nice longevity between the two. Because even like for instance, when Tanjiro was investigating one of Tengen's wives, who was like, "Oh, she ran away with some dude," and he was like, "I gotta get information," so he had to lie, and Tanjiro can't lie, so he had to make that face. And I'm just
we're not going to talk about how Tanjiro's disguise is basically just Tanjiro with these red dimples on his face.
Oh, yeah, with red dimples and barrettes in his hair.
Like, he looks exactly the same.
And they're just like, they're like, that's a good girl right there. I mean, granted, we found out later that the head of the house, well, not the head of the house, but the
Orion.
The Orion already knew that he was a boy, but I just thought it was hilarious when he was trying to convince the Orient and the two girls. He was like, "Yeah, that's my sister," and he over here looking like he about to die of like a stroke or something.
Yeah,
just choking. Tanjiro is a hilarious main character.
He's a fool. He a fool. I'm like, Tanjiro, what did you expect? You literally look exactly the same with just a little makeup on. I don't know who you thought you was fooling. You may have fooled a few people.
Especially when he was getting beat up because like they found out he had a scar after they wiped his makeup off.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. But now the true fool, it was Zenitsu that episode because he got sold all he got taken in by pity and he was like, "I'm gonna become the best guitar player. I'm gonna become the best Orient out of spite."
Zenitsu is a pure fool. I'm telling you, like I said before, if Zenitsu, if he ever
gets serious, it's a problem.
Finds out, get serious, and he can actually fight without going to sleep, or even maybe just even if he sleep, learn more moves than just that one move. He gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem. He still is already a damn problem. Anyways.
Oh yeah, no, because they showed him later on what it looked like when he starts a battle instantly asleep, and it's crazy.
Yeah. So, another thing. Well, I guess moving on from that. So yes, the entertainment district art looks beautiful. So well done with that animators. Y'all did a good job with that. Tengen, he that man is a fool. Zenitsu is a fool. But the main antagonist for this arc, Upper Moon 6, and I cannot remember her name.
I did. Oh yeah, no, because they did give it. I'm just trying to make sure I don't spoil it. It's Daki.
Thank you.
That's her actual name.
But I say they did give it. I just cannot remember.
I was trying to remember because I was like, okay, I'm not trying to spoil people.
Yeah, because Michael Jackson pulled up on her.
Yeah, Michael Jackson pulled up. People memed the heck out of that because it was just the posture was there. I mean, I'm not gonna say what was happening, but the posture was there.
Listen. I hate the internet so much. Those memes, and then there's been another meme going around recently. Something from Rent a Girlfriend or something like that. The internet is undefeated, bro. Like they
truly
up right now.
Truly, it is. But, it is a wild time.
So yeah, the Upper Six. It was. I think I'm okay. So I'm trying to debate if I think she's a better Upper Moon than Akaza or not. Because as far as like just style, she already got more style than Akaza.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely think so as well. There's a lot, but to be fair, and we're getting a whole season with her, and not like
a movie. Yeah, I feel you.
The last 30 minutes of a movie.
I feel you.
So there's a lot more. I mean, to come. I think to come, but like I will say so. This ain't necessarily the story, but personally, when reading, this became my favorite Upper Moon for reasons that have not been shown yet. But her character is actually pretty interesting when you get to the nitty gritty. But she definitely has like a lot of stuff. Like my friend was looking at me after the episode. He was like, "This your favorite? This motherfucking asshole! Like, why do you like them?" And I was just like, you gotta wait. You gotta see why that asshole.
Don't worry, it ain't happened yet. Just wait.
Yeah, exactly.
The word of every manga reader. Just wait.
just hold on. Just hold on. We going home.
I mean, I like her style. Then she's also, apparently very smart because she got the whole setup with she became an Orion and she, feeding off of just, the girls that quote unquote run away and stuff like that. So she got this whole setup going on to which she can just basically constantly feed on humans and basically almost never get caught. Like maybe, a few people catch on here and there, but the few people that do catch on, she just kill them and just keep it moving. So, I mean, she got this whole setup going on that it's pretty damn well, and that works. Working long enough. That works pretty damn well with her fucking powers as well. She can absorb people into her little cloth and then take it down into her little feeding cage. She calls it that she thought nobody that was pretty much impregnable. But we got a Hashira and Inosuke, so here we are.
Inosuke's beast sense. Well, that's not necessarily what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. His like beast senses basically alerted him to the fact that she was using the belt or whatever to travel throughout the house.
And see, I thought it was a demon the whole time, and I'm just like, ain't no way a demon is like fitting in these walls. Like I believe that there's a demon there, but like a full demon, like it can't be no full demon. Then to come to find out that her cloth is basically another demon, like it's I don't know. An extension. It's an extension of her, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I would have to go back and double check if it's not a separate thing itself, but it is something that she controls.
Correct. I know. Yeah, you can tell that for a fact easily. So that was also nice to see, especially for the fact that kind of like the cloths are a part of her body because like when they get cut, they bleed and stuff like that. So that it's also a nice little touch. It's not just like an accessory. It's actually a part of her. So that was also a nice little touch, I thought, in my opinion.
Yeah. But like you were saying, she definitely gives off a more gravitas than I think Kaza was shown to have initially. Like this is and this is what I kind of like about the whole Upper Moons themselves, that they don't ever feel like the demons never feel like copy and pasted.
Yeah,
they all feel uniquely like themselves and like how they act and everything. Like you can tell that Daki feels like I am above everything. Like she gives off that aura very well. Like especially like when, one of my favorite moments when Zenitsu was trying to come to that little girl's rescue and
I thought shit was finna get popping off right there, bro. I was like, ain't no way it's finna start popping off right here. Like Zenitsu, Zenitsu versus the Upper Six. Like, come on now. Like I thought we was finna get it.
Oh, my friend fully believed when that happened that it was over with. Like he thought that was when it was gonna start fighting. And if it had, Zenitsu probably would have been gone. Honestly,
probably. But I mean, we never really saw Zenitsu fight somebody of like a high stature just yet. So
yeah, just yet. No, none of them have fought a moon necessarily by themselves.
Yeah.
Yet. Right now, we're in the middle of Tanjiro.
Yeah, he's trying to do his best holding her off, but we'll get to Tanjiro and his fight with Daki a little bit later. But I just thought Zenitsu was going to get popping off because you already know how he comes to females. So I was about to say, okay, Zenitsu, let's go ahead and do what you got to do, Zenitsu. He already knew it was the Upper Moon and shit. I was like, you know what? Hey, if it pop off right here, just pop off right here.
Yeah, true. But I just felt like he probably knew that situation was not the best to have done it.
Probably not, because he already knows she don't care about there. A lot of innocent people would have died.
Yeah. So that's why he had to take that smooth bitch slap to the face.
It took the air real quick. But then I like how she mentioned that even though he got knocked out, as soon as he got knocked out, he went into like defense mode. And I was like, yeah, fuck with him. He ready.
Yeah, no, that was like a good subtle way to show how much they've kind of grown, because like season 1 Zenitsu probably would have died to that hit.
Probably.
But this is Zenitsu after the Spider Force and
the Mugen Train
coming after the Mugen Train coming, so close to death. Basically, if Rengoku wasn't there, they would have That would have been it. So yeah, it's definitely showing the things that have been happening have definitely shown that our cast is steadily growing, and it's been it's pretty good the way it's happening.
That it is. So what else? I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to touch up before we start touching on Tanjiro and Daki. fight. Oh yeah, I can touch about the Muscle Mouse.
The Muscle Mouse,
hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what's so funny? When that happened, I legit forgot that those things existed. So like when Zenitsu was like, "Bring me my swords," I'm like, "Who the fuck is he talking to?" And then the mice come out.
Yeah, huh? This Inosuke.
Yeah, Inosuke. Yeah, when Inosuke says like, "Bring me my swords," I was like, "Who the hell is he talking to?" And then the mouse come out, and I'm like, "I forgot about these fucks." Because they got like little Tengen headdresses, and they're just like
ridiculous.
Muscle. And I was just ridiculous. And I was just like, I forget how silly Demon Slayer
I was like, sometimes. Why? I was like, say, if anybody would have something like Muscle Mice, it would be this motherfucking Tengen right here.
Oh yeah, Flashy.
Like I could see him having damn Muscle Mice, and he was like, we only pick the best mice. Each mice also have to have the ability to fall in love with their own muscles and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, Tengen, that's very very specific, but I feel you.
I was like, I really at times like those where I'm like, I appreciate the Demon Slayer writer so much for this ridiculous shit.
Yeah, no, ridiculous. Like
because what's so funny to me, or like what's so cool about it to me, is that like a couple of minutes before that, and this is probably the thing I was going to talk about before we get to Tanjiro's fight. Tengen shows up to be like, "Hey guys, you guys leave. I've put you guys in too much danger," because he's like, Zenitsu hasn't come back or reported anything. I need you guys to go. I'll save your friend if I can, but this has gotten beyond me.
This is not an S-rank mission.
Basically 100%. That is basically what happens. He was like, "This is now become an S-rank mission. Y'all not ready for this because this is an upper moon." And he thought at first it was just like a dangerous demon. He's like, "Oh shit, all the stops got to be pulled out now." And they're like, "Well, fuck, what do we do?" And Tanjiro's like, "Well, I'm not leaving." And Inosuke's like, "Well, if you're not leaving, I'm not leaving." And they go basically get ready. And then this happens. I'm just like, how you, from a major serious moment to that, especially with Inosuke after getting his shit running amok through the house and them thinking that it's like a boar demon, like it's some type of boar monster, and him like cutting up the floorboards. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I can fit that here." Dislocates all.
When he did that, I'm like, shivers went down my spine when he did that. I was like, "Oh my! Why can you? First of all, why can you do that?" Man, that is my question. Why can you do that? Second of all, even if you can do that, you still should not be able to fit down that goddamn hole. What are we doing? But here he goes, slithering through that hole like a snake.
He said he is a man of many talents. Okay? He said he didn't come to play.
My man was like, as long as my head can fit, then that means I can get in there. I was like, I don't think that's how that goes, but he got through there though. I was like, you know what? Listen, he's in there. We're here. I can't complain at this point.
In my head when that happened, I was like, look, how much do I really disbelieve this? Because I mean, they fighting demons out here, and they only like 16. I mean, that's not the craziest thing I've seen from this. So I'm gonna just let it slide.
I was like, you know what? You got it in there, Skate. You this might be one of the weirdest things you did, but if from anybody, I would expect this out of you. So you know what? I'm gonna let you have that. You know what? Go and get in that feeding den, brother. You got it. You got it. But we can talk about before Daki and Tanjiro. We talk a little about Tengen now because I mentioned this before. How I felt like I wasn't gonna like it because he got these dual blades, and those bitches look fire. We finally got like a close up of them from this last episode 5.
Oh yeah, when we got to meet. So in episode 5 we got to finally actually see him use them.
Yes.
Here's my big issue with that. Not to derail this lovely trait, but for anyone that you watch Demon Slayer, you want to see the breath forms when they do it, and we got to see Tengen say one, and then they didn't show any of the animation.
I was so pissed.
They said, look, we used the budget for his wives because them bitches bad.
I was so pissed.
They said all the budget go to Tengen's wives. He don't get his breath animated this time. Next time when the wives are not on screen.
Because I was like, okay, he finally doing something that he's like you said, he says his breath form and stuff like that, and he does the move, and I was like, where's the animation? What are we doing here? I'm like, what's going on? But I'm glad you did bring that up though, because right before that, like how he found them, like he basically heard the fighting even way underground, and I thought that was fire as hell because he is the sound hosher, and I was like, damn, so you being the sound hosher isn't just for play, like you can actually hear some shit, and so
he's really, and I think it's so cool because in the episode you find out that Tengen before joining Demon Slayer Corps was a ninja of like of a certain clan, and the whole thing with ninjas is like they use their ability to minimize as much sound as possible, and he decided when he became a Demon Slayer to reject basically the silent ninja type thing, and it's even reflected in his sword style because he uses sound breathing, and when he bring out his swords, you notice, that caused an explosion, which I really liked about it because in the episode you get to see Inosuke is fighting the belt thing. He's releasing the people that basically the belt has absorbed, and in the middle of it she's like, I heard two clashes, one from the board but one right above me, and then Tengen just breaks in, and I was like, that was tight as hell.
Yeah, no, that intro was fire because then he was like, as soon as he lands, he was like, she was like, oh shit, it's the Hashira, and like that was all she wrote after that. But yeah, like just the fact that he could even hear them way underground, I thought that was fire as hell, and it's really fitting for the sound Hashira. And then I don't know, like they showed us when he did that, they showed us like the little layers of like the tunnels and stuff like that. I don't know if he like was able to get a sense of that from listening to the sounds of the battles and stuff going below, or was he just could he just like hear it down below? Well, we knew he could just hear it down below, but like I said before, I don't know if he was actually able to depict where the tunnels and stuff was at by the sound and stuff because of maybe because of the vibrations and stuff like that.
Probably. I mean, they'll probably go more in depth on his skills in regards to like sound and everything that later, because we still got, like I said, we're on the 5th episode. We got 6 more left, so
yeah,
we got some time to explore everybody.
But then back to his blades, though. His dual blades, they're attached together on a fucking chain. And his swords remind me of this one character from Bleach. I cannot remember his name, but you know who the fuck I'm talking about, though. The guy with
bald guy?
No, he got hair. The guy with the dual scythes, and they're attached on a chain. And he be swinging them hoes around. I could not remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
But you know who I'm talking. Exactly but you know who I'm talking about, though. I'll probably pull an image up on screen. But his blades remind me of that. It's just that except for size is just a sword, and he was swinging them swords around too. So I was like, it immediately just reminded me of that character, and I was like, well, yeah, that I knew I was gonna like him for a reason because I also fuck with that character from Bleach as well. So Dual Wielding is also just fire in general. So
I like how it's not just exactly like it's two swords. It's they're chained together, so the movements that he has to do with them are different than if it's just like straight up two disjointed blades. And the way that we saw, I mean, granted, we didn't get to see a lot of him fighting, but the little bit that we did get to see, I really liked how it's kind of reminiscent of like nunchuck style sometimes, like when he started wielding it with the chain and he was like slicing up the belt. Really good. So I can't wait to see how the animation fights, how the fight between him and Daki looks when he actually gets to fight like her personally.
Correct, because like when he like first started hearing the battle and stuff like that, and it was like underground, I was like, wait a minute, I know Tanjiro and Daki underground, so what the hell is happening? Because when he was hearing that, we didn't see Inosuke go underground just yet, so we didn't know that they was already down there.
Yeah, it was like a flash forward, flash forward / flashback kind of thing where they were like, this is what Tanjiro's over here doing this. While that's happening, this is Tengen is like rushing towards the fight, but then he was like, wait, there's also this happening, and then we see him break in. And I think that's how it was happening in the manga. Like 2 different things were lining up. So I liked how they played with that a little bit, like the time. But hopefully, next episode we'll actually get to see like all of them go and try and fight the main one. Because that'll be
pretty sure that's what we get into. I would assume because I mean Tanjiro can't hold off this girl forever. There's only so much.
No, we already saw him almost have a heart attack.
There's only so much Tanjiro could do, and I guess it could be the perfect time to go ahead and slide into this fight now. So Daki versus Tanjiro. Tanjiro, he's getting whooped everybody so far. He's getting them hands handed to him right now. Not looking too hot for him right now. But an interesting fact, though, which I didn't know. But so apparently, I've kind of probably already should have figured this anyways. But so Tanjiro was practicing, with the Hinokami Kagura breathing form, of course, because why not? Because he has to get better with it. But during his downtime after the fight with the upper three, he was actually practicing with it, which they just didn't show until this last episode. And he mentioned how water breathing is not compatible with his body. My thing is, if it wasn't compatible with your body, then how did you, I guess, pseudo master it to an extent?
Well, to be fair, he even says it's not necessarily that he can't use it, but it's more of like, I will never reach the heights of what Giyu and
what's his name,
Urodaki can reach, and it even is like reflected in his sword because, as we know, like the forgers say that the only way like a Nichiren blade can technically break is if its master is not using it to like its fullest potential,
full potential, its best. Like that, yeah.
So like Tanjiro basically found out that the Kino Kamikagura movements fit him better than water breathing. I mean, and it does. Even my friend, like some other people, I think when that first happened to them, I was like, "Well, how did he get so far with it?" And later on, we'll get. I mean, we haven't gotten a full explanation of like the whole breaths and stuff like that. For instance, so later on we'll kind of figure it out. But like for instance, like Inosuke's probably not Inosuke. Zenitsu's probably one of the best examples of like this in a way. Like thunder breathing, he has only mastered the first form of it. That's all we know, and he hasn't used any of it. But it's not like necessarily that he can't use it. It's just that he can't wrap his head around the other forms.
Correct.
So it's like Tanjiro's like. The difference is he knows how to use the forms, but is he getting the fullest potential out of those forms? Probably not. It's like what he realized.
I guess.
Research realized.
And then, like on top of that, how you bring up like how one of your friends mentioned that, like how is Tanjiro so far with the Hinokami Kagura, form so far. I wouldn't like First of all, he did pull out a few new moves, which is flashy. Tanjiro started showing out, so I was especially when he did that one the rainbow move, whatever it's called. I can't remember the full name of it. But
Vanishing?
The rainbow.
Vanishing rainbow?
Something like, I think it's like that. Vanishing rainbow, something like that. He pulled that shit out, and I was like, okay. I was like, oh shit, Tanjiro, like, look at you now.
You and Daki were like that. They were like, oh, she was like, oh, fuck, what the hell?
I was like, oh shit, Tanjiro. And like, cause like some stuff like that, I would have figured it would at least been like a side effect of the water, some of his water forms, even like the mist. I think there's a mist form, right?
There's a mist form.
Yeah, or something like the mist form, but then here he pulled it out, and I was like, all right, Tanjiro, well, out of all the moves that he pulled out, I was not expecting no shit like that.
I believe he showed 2 new moves.
Yeah, he showed the vanishing move, and then he showed...
There was one right before, there was one he was doing right before.
Yeah, it was like some type of 2-hit move, like a double. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but yeah, he showed off. It might have been 3 because I think he did one more as well.
Oh, I thought the first one he might have done was the one he already showed. It's just he just was saying like the names out, so it kind of like got lost in there. But it might have been 3. Yeah. You might be right. I don't. Yeah,
I can't quite remember. But anyways, but Tanjiro started showing off. But before then though, he did it like twice. The first time he used the breath technique, you can already tell that it still takes a heavy toll on his body, and then that's when we had the whole flashback and stuff and how he was training and stuff like that. And then after that, he was like, you know what? Like you say, he went through that whole dialogue of, Kami Kagura actually fits my body more, and this might be the only way I can actually keep up with the upper moon is if I use this. So, he went back into it.
And because he almost, and it almost cost him his life.
Yeah.
Because he had to focus on recovery breathing to even stay in the fight, because Daki was about to go for the kill. Because after he did the Vanishing Rainbow, while it looked good, the moment he touched the ground, oh boy, started doing the Krillin shit. Not Krillin. But Goku, when he started, when Goku had the heart palpitations, he just reached for fall on the ground.
My chest.
My chest. Life alert, please.
My boy was struggling.
And what I really like about that is it just goes to show one, it's interesting because Tanjiro recalls back like how his dad, who was sickly, had to redo those moves over and over again. So it's just like, what the hell did Tanjiro's daddy know?
Yeah,
he was able to do this
how
shit.
the hell was my dad able to do this shit in the snow and he was sick? He was just, I'm just as baffled as you, Tanjiro. But back to the earlier point where you were saying like your friend felt like he was too advanced, a counterpoint to that is that the fact that it's still taking a toll on his body shows you. That, he's not too far advanced in it. Like I think him doing a couple of moves isn't just necessarily advanced because he was practicing with it. So him learning a few more moves is understandable.
I think showing the fact that like how steep the cost is also like a good way to show how hard it could be to learn, because people could start being like, oh well, if he might be able to teach someone else to do this, and then at the moment you see him have a heart attack, you like, never mind.
Yeah, maybe the people like the Hashiras might have an easier time picking it up since they already mastered all different types of breathing and stuff like that, especially total concentration breathing and stuff like that. So they'll probably have an easier chance picking it up than just like somebody like that just straight up coming into the Demon Slayer Corps and stuff like that. But
maybe
I'm pretty sure it's probably something that, like you already mentioned, that not everybody can learn. Like maybe they can, but who knows? We don't.
Well, I mean, I think this is like the introduction of the fact that like certain techniques can't be replicated by everybody. Because hold on, dang it, they don't mention that yet. I can't say it.
It's okay. Here we go. All right, everybody. Here's Manga McMillian here, everybody.
No, I promise I will go into. I was about to say something, but. We'll get it later because there is an explanation of like breath techniques and how they line up for people and like why certain ones work for certain people and why they don't. But we'll get to that later. For instance, but they kind of already hinted at it with like how, for instance, when they were explaining the breaths in the Mugen Train arc, they show the offshoots of like water and like where certain breath techniques came from in different regards, because like not all of them are original. There's a center one, and then there's like those diversions are making water, rock, earth, wind, and fire, and then from those sprouted like the offshoots, which was like
the mist,
for instance,
poison,
mist,
sound,
mist, poison, sound, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Like later on, we'll be seeing more. I like how they're preluding to the other sword techniques and why those were needed or like created. Because everyone could have been like, "Oh well, if this works, why not? Why aren't we replicating this instead of creating new techniques altogether?" Stuff like that. So,
but yeah, so we're gonna get a new episode this Sunday. Like hopefully, what's his face, Tengen gets to the scene sooner or later, because as we just mentioned before, Tanjiro can only hold off the upper moon for so long. He's already in dire he's already in dire straits as it is, so he's gonna need some backup here sooner or later. We all know Tanjiro wasn't just gonna get this power boost to be able to take on the upper six. We all knew that. Like, okay, like it is good to see that he can keep up with her. But I already got a feeling that she's just really just playing around with him at this point. Because she still, one, she ain't really got hit yet, and just two, she's been smacking this man around. So
because the only thing we've seen is him cut the
little claws,
her claws, or deflect them. He hasn't really touched her her main body physically.
Yeah,
so. It's very obvious that she has not gotten like
serious.
Fully.
Yeah. And why would she? Because she doesn't. He's not. Tanjiro's not a Hashira or anything yet. He's not as much of a threat as the threat that's going to pull up though.
Because as we know, when Michael Jackson visited, she said you took out I think it was 6.
Yeah, I think she said. I think he said she was the one that took out the most Hashiras.
True.
Which is interesting because.
She's the lowest.
She's the lowest one.
The lowest high-ranking moon.
Yeah,
so.
Which is interesting. Because so is that a matter of that maybe she just caught more Hashira off guard, or are the other upper moons they are stronger, but they're just not really just going out for they're probably only sent out for high level stuff that Mugen has for them and stuff like that.
We'll have to see.
So,
but I mean, it's really interesting because it's like this is the lowest one, and she out here doing this shit.
Yeah,
what the fuck does number one look like? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's been like I got to see what fucking number 3 looks like. So, like you already said, I'm scared to see what number 2 and 1 out here doing. Mm-hmm. So I can only imagine what they're doing. And then, like we mentioned it before, but then when we finally do get this fight with Muzan, like just know that shit gonna be crazy because he's stronger than all of them. So.
He we already saw him put the fear in Akaza.
Yeah.
And we saw what Akaza did.
Straight
so
fear.
Shit, like what the fuck?
Straight fear into Akaza. And I was just like, yeah, don't mess with that guy right there. I guess he's the head honcho for a reason. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Tanjiro, he's in the dire straits right now. He needs some help. Anything else you would like to say about Demon Slayer and Entertainment District so far?
I think it's shaping up well. Like I said, I hope soon we get to see if Tengen's breaths are stylized or not, because that's something I'm worried about because the fact that they didn't show it before. But other than that, I can't wait to. Cannot wait to see how this all plays out.
Well, you know how this all plays out. So
I gotta sell it. I gotta sell it. But I mean, like animation wise, I can't wait to see what they add, what they if they take anything away, like why they might do it, or if they do add something that wasn't in the manga, because they technically that, like I told you that little hunt Tanjiro went on before they met Tengen, that was anime only. That was not in the manga.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they might add anything else new. But so far, it's doing really well in my opinion. As far as like adaptation wise, like everything looks great. So
everything looks great. And then I know we said this earlier about like the theme song and stuff like that, but it's slowly growing on me. Like
my best friend loves it. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how many times I was like, we can skip the intro. He was like, nah, keep it going.
It's slowly growing on me.
I don't think it's bad. I just think the original Gurren just hits.
Yeah,
like just sells it.
Yeah, and then like
but this is very nice though. It's like more. This is a lot more poppy, like upbeat. And I think it definitely speaks to like, because the focus is somewhat Tengen this season, as well as like the entertainment district as a whole. So it definitely sells that like upbeat, vibrant type of thing that like he's selling. So I think it works well.
Yeah, but so I guess we can just give like we'll do the same thing we did for part 1. We'll just give a broad rating for episodes 2 through 5. I already made this. I already said it before. I am enjoying it. I just don't think I'm enjoying it as much as I should be because, like I said, I just feel like a little bit more stuff. That's what's been happening. Should have been happening. Even though we're finally at the part of the arc where the fights are here. I'll give it a 7. Episodes 2 through 5. So I'll give it a 7.
Coming from a person, the thing of like already kind of knowing where this arc is heading, and so like I'm here. The story is still great, and the animation and the quality is still good. I'm probably gonna just bump it up about 1 and 8. Like I do see your point. Like it does feel like we were waiting a while, but I'm going to attribute that to the fact that we had to watch the movie again.
I feel you. I'm just saying, just technically, because if you count the first episode as 2 episodes, we're technically 6 episodes in, and it just took us 6 episodes for the new season for stuff to get popping. Like you said, I know that, like you said earlier, they have to get the plot and stuff like that together. And I don't disagree. And I don't disagree with that. I just felt like they could have made that a little bit smoother or something somehow. I don't know, or at least put small little action sequences in there to help me out. Because, like I said, I feel like we should at least seen something from Tengen by now. We 6 episodes in, well 5, but technically 6 episodes in, and we really just haven't seen much of Tengen yet. Like we finally getting to the part where we're starting to see stuff from him, and this is what everybody is basically been waiting for.
I mean, I get you because, like, if you compare it to, let's say, first season and also the movie, stuff kind of popped off pretty fast. And, like, the downtime episodes came a little bit after, while this one kind of started... It started in the downtime. Yeah. So it feels a little bit disjointed, and I can see where you could, like, come from. But I just feel like from the aspect of like the storytelling, it's still pretty good pacing. So that's why I was like, I kind of gotta give it.
Because like I said, episode 1, I expected episode 1 to be like just nothing but full plot telling and stuff like that. Because we're just coming out the movie train arc. We got to resolve some stuff after that, and then like you said, introduce us going into the entertainment district arc. And episode 1. I was completely ready for that. That was everything I expected, episode 1 to be. I didn't even expect us to get that scene where Tanjiro had fought that demon in the cabin. I didn't even expect we was going to get that. But we got it, though.
You weren't supposed to. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't even expect us to get that. But things like that, like how we got that one small scene with Tanjiro fighting that demon, I felt like we could at least got something with that, with Tengen by now.
From Tengen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think you would. I don't think they would have been wrong if they did interject maybe like a small thing, like while Tanjiro and them are doing this, Tengen is off doing
because we know
this instead of just waiting around.
Because we know Tengen is not just waiting around. We know he's also out scouting himself. Maybe one night while he's scouting, he saw a demon right up on him or something. He just something. But like I said,
I don't think
I have been enjoying it otherwise.
If they had added that, I don't think it would have deterred from it too bad. So I could definitely see where you're coming from.
But other than that, I think that's really just my main issue. I'm not saying like you can get to the action fast. I'm just saying like I feel like one of the main big plots of this arc is the new Hashira Tengen, and I just feel like we should at least, like I said, seen something from him. You saw him and his wives. That's the thing. The wives. That's what everybody was talking about, and I understand why. I get it. But I do also see where you're coming from. I'm just letting you know the budget went to him and his wives. The budget went to him and his wives so much that they didn't even animate his first move. They put all the rest of the budget into the flashback for the wives.
To him and his wives, they was like, "Look at these bad bitches. Here you go. We know what you came here to see, not the Demon Slayer fights. These bitches."
So I seen a tweet on Twitter, and somebody was like, Demon Slayer done changed real quick because where all these women came from.
Ain't that wrong?
It was hilarious. I was not, and I had to think about it. I was like, have they done any other like type of fan service before this? And I was like, this might have been some of the first little fan service in Demon Slayer.
The little amount you get is when the first time Mitsuru shows up. It's like a millisecond because of how she wears her uniform. But that's about it.
But yeah, and I was like, you know what? They might be right. That's why they out here feeling like this. This is the first time Demon Slayer actually doing some real fan service out here.
And they balance it on both sides. They said, look, the women get Tengen and the men get his wives. This is the perfect harmony. That's where the budget's going right now.
Everything balances. All things should be. Perfectly balances. All things should be.
Shout out to Thanos.
Oh, man. But so we're going to move on to the next session of the anime podcast we have here for today. And we're going to talk about some of the announcements from Jump Festa 2022, everybody. And there was a lot of them. We're probably not going to touch up on all of them, but we're going to really touch up on
the stuff that excites
us. And so I'm not going to start off with what y'all think I'm going to start off with. I'm going to start off with a different banger. Overlord Season 4, everybody. What is Overlord? It's another isekai where this guy gets trapped in... It's
a video game.
He got trapped in the video game world, but I think it's like real now, so it may not be
a video game
but I'm saying like... But technically, yes, it was a video game.
Yeah, because he's still... I believe the way he still operates is like it is, though. Like he still has
so,
like a...
yeah. I can't remember. It's been a hot second since I watched the seasons. But anyway, Overlord Season 4. Season 3, we've been waiting on this for I don't know how long. And we finally got the announcement.
Season 3 was a long wait, too, because I remember watching the Overlord Season 1 and 2, and then there was no news for Season 3 for so long. And then when it came back, boy, did it surprise me. My God. Getting all the... I'm not going to say it just in case people haven't seen it, but because that's not what we're here to do. But if you want an interesting character watch Overlord.
Yes,
because it flipped me on its head real swift with season 3.
This is we're here. We're giving out council recommendations here. If you have not seen Overlord, go watch it. Look at me in my eyes. Go watch it. Season 4 has just got announced during Jump Festa, which means there's already 3 seasons out. So you got 3 seasons of this anime to go enjoy. Go check it out. So moving on from that. Once again, start off with a different thing. We're gonna save the big stuff for last. Dr. Stone season 3 also got announced. Once again, if you have, for whatever reason, if you're under a rock somewhere and you have not watched Dr. Stone, go watch Dr. Stone. I think Dr. Stone is not one of the. I could definitely say Dr. Stone is something like you haven't really seen before. It's very different. It's a sign.
Well. What I usually tell people, I don't disagree, but what I usually tell people, because at first when I first saw it, I was like, I don't think this is gonna be hitting like it needs to. And then I watched it, I'm like, oh boy, was I wrong?
Because that shit hits.
But like I be telling people, I was like, the closest thing I can contribute it to is Food Wars, and not in like, usually people are like, oh, it's fan servicey. Not really. It's more of like, Food Wars did Battle Shonen, but it did it with cooking, and it made it interesting. and Dr. Stone does the same thing, but with science. I was like, look, science ain't boring. Bill not a science guy. That's my guy. But I never thought it would work in a Battle Shonen, but boy, does Dr. Stone make it work.
They make it work. Like you said, whenever it started, the season started airing, and like I read the synopsis and stuff like that, I was just like you. I was like, this doesn't sound like it's going to be good. But lo and behold, I started watching anime and I was like, this shit is pretty damn good. I was like, I was wrong. This shit is good. So, council recommendation 2. If you have not seen Dr. Stone, there's 2 seasons of it out for you to go enjoy. Go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from that. Fuck it, y'all can't stop me. Black Clover movie got announced. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about Black Clover. Me, I think is one of the best new gens that we got out there. Fight me. It is what it is.
I don't necessarily disagree. I just do not like how they animated the first half of this show.
I feel you. I can agree with that. Well, listen, before Ace continues, just so y'all know, Ace could not wait. So he started reading the manga with me. First of all, yes, and that's just how much I enjoy Black Clover. That when it actually ended, I actually started reading the manga.
But I think Ace can agree with me. When that shit come back, I better see ufotable level of animation.
When this shit, I can actually feel like the manga readers feel. I know how y'all be feeling, but I will say, I even from reading the manga though, I definitely feel. Like, I can see the difference, and I definitely do prefer the anime more because there's nothing like when that soundtrack come in. Because, like, I was like, some of the parts I'm reading, I was like, this shit was slapped with the damn soundtrack right here. And I was like, yeah, it's just. So I can't wait for the stuff I've read so far in the manga to get adapted.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. So the movie has there been any news on what the movie's on?
Not
is it like its own original plot?
Know of. Not that I know of.
Okay, it just got like confirmed that it's coming.
Confirmed. I don't know if we got any other news.
So is it coming this year?
I don't know. If I will try and find some more information about it and leave. If I do find some information on it, I'll leave the link in the description of the video. But okay. I don't know. I just know it got confirmed. And
it should at least be interesting. I'll say this. What was it? Black Clover is another one of those things where when I started reading it, because I heard about the manga first before I heard about the anime, I was also like kind of unsure or skeptical about it because I was just like, there's so much stuff that's similar to this. But where Black Clover really shines for me, if you haven't seen it, please do check it out. Either reading it or watching it, I feel like you can't go wrong either way. It's just if you do watch it, the first couple parts don't hold up a lot in my way, but you can push through it. Like the story's good enough for where you can go past that. Where Black Clover really shines to me is its characters. Every character to me feels like they could stand on their own.
I agree.
And it's so good. Like that pushes it a lot. And also the story, while being slightly cliche, it's like the best type of like shonen type of stuff. Like, it's something you've seen before, but it does it in such a nice way. You don't care if it's like regurgitated. You like, this works and I like it. Yes. Like, it's just that good.
It is. And I'm putting it like this. If y'all motherfuckers out here watching Boruto, y'all can go watch Black Clover.
Oh no, not the Boruto said.
I just want to put that out there. I mean, I'm watching Boruto, but it ain't no reason why it took Boruto this long to get this good. Like, before what we get now in the anime for Boruto, every good scene mainly was with Naruto and Sasuke. Enough said. So if you haven't watched Boruto, you can give Black Clover a chance. Don't listen to all these people out there telling us something the MC is annoying and stuff like that. There's a lot of annoying MCs out there. Okay, all right. Give it a chance. You'll probably like it. Go watch Black Clover.
Yeah, and if you can't stand the yelling, you can read. I'm just saying.
You can.
Because I understand, he yells a lot.
I mean, but it's not like, though he does, we're not going to get too deep into that. We'll talk about Black Clover as a whole in a special episode or something. I'm not going to sit here and let you drag me into this right now. Gotcha. But yes, just go watch Black Clover. What else I have here on my list? Oh yeah, so we also got a small teaser for the My Hero 6 season 6 as well. That's gonna be good because they confirmed that it's gonna be the war between the heroes and the not the villain. They got a new group name now. I can't remember the name of the group, but between the heroes and the army of villains. Now I'll just say that I can't remember the name of the group. And now the Liberation Army. There we go. Liberation Front. It's something new, but y'all know.
They changed it.
They changed it again.
They did change it.
Yeah, they changed it again. But y'all know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I'm excited for this season specifically because I don't know what the fuck is going on now. This is as far as I read to. I am a baby. I am fresh. I don't know what the fuck finna happen.
So if I'm not mistaken, don't know if they gave us a bar release date or not, but we should be seeing it sometime this year. I don't have a doubt in my mind about that.
Probably. Yeah, I just hope they don't skimp out on the animation because I just feel like after last season, the shit that should be happening this season needs to look pristine.
I hope so, because like this is one of those seasons where like shit's finna go down. We're finna get us a war season here, so like you said, I agree. The animation needs to be good for this season. I 100% agree. Not saying that the animation isn't already good for My Hero, but like you said, just keep the same level of quality that you already have, and then for the hype fights, go ahead and give it that movie treatment.
Give it that movie quality.
Give it that movie quality for the real hype fights.
Because they be acting different with the movies. We talked about it already.
Acting real different out here with the My. Speaking of that, we also have a My Hero World's Mission movie review out. So if you have not seen that, go check that out. It's live on all our platforms as well now currently.
Yep.
But yeah, so can't wait for My Hero Season 6 to come out. Like I said, we should be getting that sometime this year. I don't know if they did give us a broad release date for that. I think they did. It might have been summer 22, something like that. Anyways, but
I mean, if it is, we'll put it in the description.
But also, for all if the stuff I'm referring to does have a trailer, I will leave the trailer link into the description just in case anybody has not seen the trailers yet. So I will put the trailers link inside the description for this YouTube video. Moving on from there, let's see what we got here. Another banger, Tokyo Revengers. I guess you can call this season 2, but they're calling it the Christmas Conflict arc. They announced that. Tokyo Revengers was another one of those shows where I think McMillian was telling me about it, and he was like, just go watch Tokyo Revengers, just go watch Tokyo Revengers. And I was reading like the synopsis of the show and whatnot and whatever, and I was like, this doesn't sound interesting. Then once again, I started watching it, and I was like, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Have you watched Erased?
Who?
Erased.
What is that?
It's this 12 episode anime. Also has somewhat of a similar premise where a guy travels back in time, but like he keeps his like a 20-some-year-old mind.
I've not seen that.
Okay, so that's probably why you reacted to it like that, because I had full faith in it, because I was like, hey, this is somewhat biting off a race, just a little bit. I cannot honestly. Tokyo Revengers is probably like wasn't my anime of the year of last year. If you guys don't know because you haven't seen our.
You know what? We probably should do an anime of the year episode.
Yeah, probably won't be bad.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Because y'all finally will hear me rant and rave about Vivi. Ace already knows. But Tokyo Revengers is definitely up there, like, in terms of, like, top anime of last year. If you have not seen it, I definitely say check it out, and then probably watch our retrospective.
Highly recommend. Oh, yeah. We almost forgot about that. We also have a season 1 retrospective of Tokyo Revengers for those who have seen it. So go check that out. It's on our channel, on all of our platforms, out now, live now. I'm just plugging all our episodes in. So yeah, go check that out. Tokyo Revengers is definitely good. Like the intro of my other episode says, just we're middle school violence. You know, it's middle school violence. You know, it needs no other introduction than that. Just middle school violence. Go check it out. It's definitely worth the watch, I would say. Mm-hmm. Moving on from that, maybe you probably touch up on this one a little bit more than I can, McMillian. But a new anime got announced, an adaptation of Hell's Paradise is coming. Yeah, everybody.
So just to give a little bit of background, you guys probably saw all the ranting and raving about Chainsaw Man when it hit, when news of that came out. This story is made by a guy who assisted the creator of Chainsaw Man. I read the entire manga because someone randomly recommended it to me out of nowhere. And when I tell you this, first off, it's being made by Mappa. They need a break, but if they gonna keep making bangers, good on y'all. This shit about to slap. Like, it has some of the best fights I have seen, like, on page. And as well as a really good, concise story. It's probably not gonna be the longest anime because it was a pretty concise, like, story. It was like maybe like 100 and so chapters. It did not go past, like, maybe I want to say 150. It was like really tight. Well, actually, it might have, because manga is a little bit faster. So it's probably like somewhere at least 200, like, but early 200. It's not moving past that. So we might get like maybe
24 episodes or something.
Yeah, we might get, we'll probably get like maybe 2 seasons out of it.
Maybe 2 seasons.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Depending on how they break up the seasons.
Yeah, depending on how they do the thing. But it's really good, guys. I definitely recommend checking it out when it does finally, like, come out. Because when Mappa's already shown me that they can handle really high frenetic action. This is going to be something really good. Unfortunately, we might not cover it because I have read the whole thing, and Ace does not like when I do that. But it's McMillian stamp of approval here. It's something to look out for.
All right. Well, there you have it. With the McMillian stamp right there. Like I said, I have no idea what Hell's Paradise is. It was just something that I saw that also got announced, and I was like, this looks pretty interesting. So I probably will watch this anime as well, since McMillian went ahead and gave his stamp of approval on it. But yeah, and we got 2 more announcements that at least I want to discuss here. One, the One Piece Red film is slated to release in Japan on August the 6th of this year. So, I mean, that's amazing. I didn't expect us to see that movie this year.
Really? That early?
Yeah, that early. So, I did not expect the movie to get announced and then, like, okay, it's coming out in a few months like this. And I didn't expect that at all. So, hopefully we get a release date for the West here pretty soon, because I want to go see that here. But yeah, so, One Piece Red film got announced for August the 6th in Japan, and hopefully the Western release is not too far behind.
And hopefully you don't have to be caught up to watch it either, because remember
most of the, I wouldn't even say One Piece, not most, I think majority of, if not all of the One Piece movies are non-canon. Like,
well, this one is about Shanks, though, right?
Yeah, this one may be, though, because it's technically about Shanks, so this one might be canon.
Yeah, because I figured it's because what people were saying online, the more avid watchers and readers of One Piece, they were like, this seems to be the origin story of Shanks, or whatever. So I was like, okay, I should be able to watch this without, like, being too caught up or something.
I'll definitely, once I watch it, I don't read the One Piece manga because, like I said, I prefer the animes, especially after I just, like, I thought about it, but it's definitely after I started watching the Black Clover manga, I was like, yeah, no, I better not start reading One Piece because I wouldn't do nothing but get upset, because when all the hype moments come, I don't have my banger soundtracks and the voice acting and all that. So I was like, I'm just going I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna stick anime only. It comes out every week, so it's not like I'm starved for content on that anyway. So, stick with that. Speaking of One Piece, if I'm not mistaken, we get a new intro for One Piece this episode this Saturday, and I hope it's a banger because the current intro that we have now is actually one of my favorites. I enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm gonna be sad to see it go. So, so I'm hoping this next one is a banger as well. But yeah, and with that being said, probably the most hyped announcement that got announced was Bleach.
If you want to see some action,
Blood War, 1,000-year Blood War arc finally got announced, and I believe it had a release date of October this year or something like that.
Yeah, I think I saw that. It is coming out this year,
yes.
Regardless of the fact though. This isn't even one of my like favorite arcs in Bleach, but I'm really excited to see the animation that they used in this
shit
trailer.
Was crisp as fuck.
I was so hype. I was like, I don't even, man, this arc ain't even like one of my favorites, but I was like, I am ready to sit down and watch this now. Especially when the theme came in, you got it.
Man, what I think because I think they also, I think that's like a reprise version of the theme because it wasn't just like the straight up original. So we might be getting a reprise version of the number one theme inside this new arc, which I won't be mad at you. But we finna go on a little Bleach rant right here since it's the end of the episode. I do not know why, but for whatever reason, Bleach gets some of the most hate out of all the big three. I don't know why. Me personally, it's pretty damn good. I think it deserves to be one of the big three. It's there for a reason.
It is.
It has.
You can't take away the fact that it is. A lot of people try to, but it's regardless of anything. The big three are the big three because they besides like Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball, they were like the biggest things in Japan and in the West at the same exact time. They're one of the things that solidified why we have like things like Crunchyroll and Funimation where we have like dedicated services. Because I'll tell you what it's like being a fan of anime back before Crunchyroll and Funimation. Boy, it's not good.
It's not good. Going to YouTube and watching an episode in 7 different parts and goddamn 480p.
Boy, mirrored.
Boy, listen, y'all don't know about them old days of anime watching. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. But
and the Bleach was one of those things that helped popularize it and make it so we don't have to suffer through that no more. And the fact that it's coming back is really dope. And the attention to detail. I don't know who animated it. Might be Mappa.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised because they got Mappa out here doing everything.
Everything.
I wonder how big their studio is, bro. Because the way they pushing out these animes, they have to have a decent sized studio, bro.
Like, I mentioned to you, but over the break, I watched Tactop Destiny with my friend at his place. And I was like, man, the animation is so crisp for this. I'm wondering who. At the end, I watched it was Mappa and another studio, but Mappa was like the head, the spearhead for it. And I'm like, they need to let these people sleep.
No, they need to let them rest. No, Mappa is out. I mean, at least so far, everything that Mappa has touched has been a banger so far. Minus like Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit, but not saying Jujutsu Kaisen is good. We're not gonna go too deep into it.
We went too deep.
Yeah, we went deep. If you want to hear our thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen, we have a season 1 retrospective out now on our platform. I'm just plugging all the episodes today. We have a season 1 retrospective of Jujutsu Kaisen out now, so you can go hear our thoughts about it from there. So we're not gonna dwell on that. But they need to let Mappa rest. But anyways, back to Bleach though. Bleach arguably has one of the best soundtracks in anime.
Yeah,
you can fight.
Yeah,
I would down on this hill. You can fight me on that. Bleach has a banger soundtrack, and like you can hear music from it. You just already know that's Bleach right there. Like it just has a banger soundtrack. Like I said, one of the best in anime.
If you look, you'll never. If you decide to go back and watch it, and if you haven't seen it because of this trailer or because of us talking about it, you'll never forget number 1. You'll put it on a playlist.
You will never forget bro. Like that shit slaps.
You'll never forget number 1. You'll put You'll put after. There's a band called After Dark. I cannot remember if the band or the opening is called After Dark, but I had that on a playlist in high school, and that I ran up. Well, let me tell you, Bleach has some of the best music of any anime ever.
It does.
Not only that, but like the storyline and the fights are really good.
They are.
Like I said, the ending arc. I'm not gonna dissuade anybody from not watching it, but like in my opinion, it kind of suffered just a bit.
The arc they're of the pacing. About adapt.
That the pacing in this arc, in my opinion, is not because I thought
you were referring to the other arc, last arc, because that
was good. You mean no, wait. Which arc are we talking about? I thought
Fullbring, yes.
Okay, yes, that also had problems. I thought you were talking about like Final Getsuga.
No, that shit was fire. What are you talking about?
Okay. No, I was just trying to make sure. I was trying to make sure we was on the same page.
We're here. No,
okay.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the attention to detail that they're bringing to it looks really good, and I think if anything, you should check it out for just seeing like the end of one of the giants.
Yeah. Like we said before, it's one of the big three for a reason. And if you're just a fan of shonen anime in general, which majority of you anime watchers are out there, this is one of the best shonen animes out there. Like I know, it's one of the big three for a reason. Definitely. If you have not listened to anything else we said today, definitely go give Bleach a watch. People have been waiting for this last arc to get adapted for years. And just for we never thought this was gonna come. It's just for the fact like this, it been got announced that we was getting this Blood War arc because if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to come out last year, but I think some stuff happened or whatever, and they pushed it back. And so we're getting it this year, and rightfully so because we deserve to see the one of the big threes get fully adapted. So I'm glad they are coming back and finishing up this anime. The manga been finished for a while. Like I said, we've been waiting for them to. I don't know what was the reason why they didn't adapt the last arc to begin with, but for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. We're here now. If you have not seen Bleach, go watch it. It's one of the big three for a reason. Go watch it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about from Jump Festa?
I think we debated on. I'll mention just this. Apparently, there was some blue Exorcist type stuff that was being talked about, but no confirmed. We couldn't find any confirming. Stuff around it.
Like guys, I want to look this up. Like I saw that Blue Exorcist was on the panel for Jump Festa and whatnot, but I could nowhere for the life of me could I find any information that was shared, even if there was information shared, or even if there was like saying something about it, saying that it was no information shared for whatever reason. I just couldn't find anything about it. But I did see that it was on the Jump Festa 2022 panel though. So, if you know about some of the Blue Exorcist news, please let us know because I want to know. I want to know about it. I want to know if we got the season 3 announcement finally because Blue Exorcist was definitely one of those shonen animes that was on my list that. It was one of those random animes that I just started watching. You know how you do. Sometimes you just pick up a random anime. But it's just one of those random animes I just picked up, and I enjoyed it. And so I definitely can't. I was mad when I found out that they stopped adapting it for whatever reason. So, if we did get a season 3 announcement, I would like to know that. I would like to know.
You watched the Kyoto arc, right?
Yeah.
No, Shibuya.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah, because I'm hoping, we get continuation because I know the manga's good. I haven't read it, but a lot of people say that the stuff after it keeps building after that. So I'm hoping that we get it like animated continuously because for me the animation of Blue Exorcist is really nice and also the soundtrack of that is also pretty good. So
all right,
I'm hoping that continues.
Well,
but other than that,
other than that, we're almost. Right at the edge of this. Since we're already doing some announcements, might as well go through some more announcements that got announced. These aren't Jump Fest announcements, but these are some animes that I like. Shadow House Season 2 just recently got announced. It is a mystery anime about shadows, like the title of the name says. I'm not going to give it any much more than that because if I go too much into it. It's really gonna give a lot of spoilers. So it's a mystery anime. Season 2 just got announced. If you have not seen it yet, definitely go give it a chance. It's not that bad. I enjoy it for what it is. As well as there was one more thing that got announced in this. I just can't remember what the hell it is. But yeah, going into our Winter 22 lineup, we do not know what it is going to be just yet. But both Attack on Titan, the final season part 2, is just like 4 days upon us, so we might be covering that. There's probably going to be a big chance we'll add that to our lineup, as well as, if I'm not mistaken, the Case Study of Vanitas part 2 of season 1 is also coming out within about like a week or so. That also might be a part of the lineup. Case Study of Vanitas was one of the animes we did when we was doing like pro drafts and stuff like that, so you guys didn't get to hear us talk about it. But
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's anime about vampires. I guess if you like Castlevania, give it a try. It's definitely two different things, but it's really really good though.
The story is really nice. Right now we're in a little bit of a more mystery. Where they left off was like a little bit of mystery intrigue, where we're getting kind of delving more into our main characters' backstory, as well as like the goings on of the vampiric world. Because it's really the way they separate it is pretty nice. Definitely give it a watch. Yeah, because we might more than likely add that to the lineup.
Yes, because when that first came out, that was basically one of our sleeper hits for that season. I think it was like spring 2021, something like that when it came out.
I think so. Yeah,
that was one of our sleeper hits for that season. So if you have not seen Case Study of Vanitas yet, go check it out. It's really really good. Like I said, part 2 of season 1 is going to start up here really really soon. I cannot remember the official release date. I'll probably put this down. I'm gonna put a lot of stuff down in the link, so in the description, so you'll be able to find information on it. But yeah, definitely go check it out. Like I said, that will be probably a part of our Winter 22 lineup. We don't know. Like I said, we don't know what it is. We're still finalizing stuff right now. But when we do get it together, we will announce it on our social medias. So if you're not following us on there, definitely go follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And so you'll be able to get what we're doing. But we'll also announce it in the regular episode as well. But we're definitely going to announce it on our social media, though, what our lineup will be for 2022. As well as we just mentioned, we're probably going to be doing our 2021 Anime of the Year episode or something like that, along with maybe like some sleeper hits from winter 2021 anime season. Not winter 2021. What is that? Fall 2021. I'm sorry. Thank you. From fall 2021 anime season, we're probably doing some sleeper picks from that season as well to give you some more recommendations from that season, because there was actually a few decent ones in there that you wouldn't expect to be in there, but there's a few decent ones in there. So we'll be doing. We might make it one whole episode. Don't know. We'll figure that out later. But we'll be doing, like I said, some sleeper picks from fall 2021 as well. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so McMillian, you want to take us on out here?
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for coming and watching. Like Ace mentioned before, if you want to stay up to date with all things Gurren Otaku Council, we have a Twitter at Gurren Otakus. Our Instagram is our full name, Gurren Otaku Council, all one word. Basically, like I said, that's how you keep up to date with us. And with that being said, meeting adjourned, guys. Thank you for watching. See you later.
Peace.